Welcome back to Extra Holiday Games. I'm ExtraHoliday, and I am... This is the last episode of the patch. I mean, I'm just gonna say it. Like, it doesn't really matter to you, because there won't be a break in the episodes any longer than usual. But... I don't know. I felt like saying it. I felt like pointing it out. For whatever reason. Oh, hold on. There we go. Okay. Now we just ride this out for a bit. Okay, well, we got knocked off. You know, someone's probably already done this, but a fun idea for a level in Mario Maker would be like a rodeo level, where you like have to ride an enemy for 8 seconds while he's trying to like buck, quote unquote, you off. Kind of like when you hit, Lemmy in this fight. Or you don't hit him because you're just bad. Oh, like me. Yeah, like this scenario here where it's like you got platforms moving around. And like if you get knocked off, you die or something. Or you just can't move on, one of the two. I guess they're more or less the same, but it's just an interesting idea, I think, for a level. All right, and it's, you know, you do the actual 8 seconds thing. Because, you know, there are timers in this game. Ross himself has used plenty of them. In fact, the whole last level that we played was about, like, oh, survive in this area for this long, and then you can move on. You know? So, I think that's a neat idea. The rodeo idea. And I'd make it myself, but I have a ton of other levels that I would rather make first. So, we're just gonna focus on playing Ross's levels first, and then probably making my levels. That's probably not gonna happen on this channel, by the way. It might happen on stream when I start streaming again. So the thing, I guess I can bring this up. So I think what's happening with stream is kind of what I expected to happen with stream and kind of feared would happen with stream. And that because I'm no longer pressuring myself to stream, I'm actually not streaming. And maybe that'll change, right? Because eventually there will probably come a thing that I'll be like, oh, I wanna show this to an audience, or, you know, I wanna play this with an audience, like a live audience potentially. Even though, you know, I still don't have those in my streams yet. But okay, I should spin jumped on that one. But there will probably come times where I want to stream something again. But yeah, I feel like if I don't make it if I don't make a commitment to doing something, I tend to not do it. So it's a little awkward. I was actually listening earlier to a interview between Joey the Anime Man and Aaron Hansen, also known as Egoraptor, probably most known from Game Grumps. And they were both saying that one of the things about them is that, because they were talking about, you know, making your hobby a job, which is what I'm trying to do. Hey, would you look at that? And they were saying, like, they were echoing a lot of the things I've said before on this show, where I talked about, you know, streaming and making these episodes and all that. That's a good excuse for me to actually do these things, like to play these games that I've been wanting to play and stuff like that. And they were saying basically that, as well as in the form of like if they make it a commitment, right? If they set it up as work of some sort, then they are more likely to do it. And I think that's not necessarily the case for everyone, but I did definitely relate to them on that, where I feel like if I were not... There's a lot of these games that I've played on this channel I probably wouldn't have played if I wasn't doing it for the channel. And that would be kind of a shame, because a lot of those same games are ones that I ended up really enjoying. But at the same time, you also have situations like what I'm currently doing, or what's currently happening with me and Legends Arceus, where I started it on stream, so I want to keep playing it on stream, but I'm also no longer really committing to streaming at any specific time. Ow. So I'm just not playing the game, even though I want to play more of it. I'm like, oh, well, I should wait till I'm streaming it. And then, but I'm not streaming. So it's like, it's a weird little thing. And maybe that'll change. Like this weekend, I'll probably have some time to stream. And it'll just depend on how I'm feeling that day. But I may end up streaming Arceus this weekend, but if I don't, I'll probably just end up playing the rest of it off stream, because yeah, I mean, I just want to play it, and actually having started it on stream is currently preventing me from playing a game I want to play, which is weird, because it's exactly the opposite of what I was saying before, where making it a commitment of some sort allowed me to play certain things. It's also keeping me from playing certain things. It's weird. Yeah, I think ultimately the moral of the story is, because another thing that Aaron was saying when he was talking to Joey on Off the Record, that was the name of the interview series. It was the first episode, so calling it a series feels a little weird. But and there aren't any other episodes yet. But as Aaron was saying in that video, shit, what was I saying? Damn it. Oh, right. So ultimately, Joey asked him a question that was akin to like something about the downsides of, you know, playing. Oh yeah, he asked if playing games for a job had reduced his enjoyment of playing games at all. And Aaron's response was, well, it did, until I figured out what the difference between a game I should play on Grumps is and what a game I should play on my own is. And ultimately, the difference that he noted is games that he would really like, he doesn't play on the show because he just really wants to get into them, right? And because he's so into them, he's not bringing the same kind of energy, the same kind of like silly, goofy energy as he would be with a game he's not as invested in. And I find that really interesting, particularly as someone who is doing this and having some trouble with, what games I should and shouldn't be playing, and, not being able to play some games because I've committed to playing them on stream or on the on this YouTube channel. And so yeah, I think going forward, it might just be that I start playing games on this channel that I am not as invested in. Like, games that if you'll probably see less of the games, basically less of like the new games in the series that I like. So things like Zelda or Pokemon or Mario or things that aren't Nintendo, I guess. I play some of those sometimes. Basically, those games that I'm really into, you might not see as much in the future because I'm finding that much like Aaron has said, I just really want to get into these games, and committing to playing them on the show or on stream is kind of getting in the way of me actually enjoying those games. Because I can't play them in the way that I want to play them. So, yeah, I guess that's an update of some sort. So yeah, honestly, I feel like, because I just had this thought as I was speaking earlier, I feel like this game is probably a pretty good game for me to play on the show. Because it's not like I don't enjoy playing this game just by itself. But it's probably not something I would be playing otherwise. And I guess that's really the key thing is this a game that I would be playing? You know what? I think I figured it out. When I consider playing a game on the show, I have to ask myself, is this a game that I would play without recording it, without streaming it? And if the answer is yes, then I don't play it on the show. Which is weird. It's a little weird, right? Because it means that you are getting less of that, well, now I have an excuse to play this game I want to play. But that would still mean that I'm getting to play games in general, which is a thing that I generally like to do. But I don't have to give up playing the games I like in the way that I like to do so. Okay, I think I figured it out. Alrighty. However, that's probably going to start with whatever the next game that I consider playing on the channel is, because I don't feel like I'm still committed to this idea of once I start a game on the channel or on stream, then I want to finish it on the channel or on stream. Because it doesn't feel right to me to leave the audience out, you guys out on the part of the journey, And that's why I've done episodes where I wasn't actually talking at all during the episode, and it was just, 4 hours of me grinding in Pokemon Sword without the mic on, And I did those episodes and I uploaded them because I want you all to get the full story. And I guess technically it's not really possible for you to get the full story because there's stuff that's going to happen off mic that will affect things that happen on mic. But as far as the game is concerned, I can record pretty much anything that happens in the game. All right. And so I feel the need to do so because I can, and I feel that those sorts of things are actually significant contributions for people who actually want to see that. I feel like I should. So, I'm gonna finish Legends Arceus on stream, probably. I'm gonna finish Shining Pearl on stream, probably. I'm gonna finish Super RubberRoss World on this channel. I'm gonna finish Bloodborne on this channel. And I'm going to finish every other game that I've started on this channel, because I keep a list, but I can't remember them all just off the top of my head. So that will happen. They'll all get finished, but they're probably not going to get finished next time. Because as for this episode, that's a wrap. Figured it out.